Hello everyone, it's Maria here from pepperlyrose.blogspot.com.au. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Australia. Thank you so much for joining me. Today I'm going to show you a pizza box, and I'll be using the Epic Sale-a-bration stamp set, which is a free stamp set in our current Sale-a-bration catalogue. This goes until the 31st of March, so and it's while supplies last. So if anything in particular here sells out beforehand, then that's it. So if you would like to purchase anything from our annual or occasions catalogues and you spend $90 or more, you're able to get a free gift, and this Epic Sale-a-brations is one of them, and that's here free, and this is a project as an idea that you can use, and that's on page 12 of our Sale-a-bration catalogue. So yeah, if you'd like to order anything you see on today's project, you may do so at on my online store at pepperlyrose.stampinup.net. So we're going to be using the sneakers images here. I'm going to make a pizza box from scratch, and they're very simple. I've done them before, but I love making pizza boxes. Now, I just want to go through, I'm also going to be using the Work of Art stamp set. In my previous video, I forgot to use it. So this gave me an idea to use this stamp set. And basically, I got my idea from the Painted With Love suite. I have absolutely nothing in this, just to let you know. I didn't buy anything from this suite. However, I've been seeing a lot of beautiful projects with the DSP, and it's a specialty DSP in that it's a lot thicker and it's got some gold foiling on it. And there's some projects made with that DSP. So there's like an example there, and it's all loved theme. But I wanted to make something along the lines of the Painted With Love DSP, but not in these colours. So the colours, although beautiful, I'd like them to look more masculine and more artistic kind of looking. So I'm going to make my own DSP inspired by the Painted With Love DSP using the Work With Art stamp set. And the colours I'll be using in that are Island Indigo, Soft Sky, Wild Wasabi, and Tempting Turquoise. These are the colours I'm going to put through, and I'm also going to heat emboss gold throughout and to mimic this DSP in some way, but I'll make it my own. So I'm quite excited to bring this to you. So and by the way, this DSP is beautiful, and that will be going in my next order. So if you'd like to purchase anything I've used today, or anything from this catalogue, please do so through my online store at pepperlyrose.stampinup.net, and I will really appreciate your business. And if you want to find where this Painted With Love DSP comes from, it's pages 18 and 19 of our current occasions catalogue. So we'll get started. You will need a piece of thick Whisper White cardstock, because I'm going to make a box with this. And you will need a piece that's 11.5 inches long and 5 3/4 wide. So before I do any scoring or any cutting or anything like that, I'm actually going to stamp all over this piece of cardstock. So I'm going to bring out my grid paper just so that I don't make a mess on my table, and I'm just going to bring out all these stamps. So I'll be using this, that, and that stamp. And I have done actual camo looking my own DSP using this stamp set. This is a very versatile, very cool stamp set, and I absolutely love it. So we'll get started on this. So I'll start off with Soft Sky, and I'm just going to put stamp randomly a layer of colour, and I'm going to use this brush stroke looking stamp. So I'm going to do it this way. So just start stamping just anywhere really. You can also change it around just to break it up. And we're just going to layer colours on top of each other. And we're only going to stamp on one side. So this is Soft Sky. Put that over there. And just keep layering on colours. And that's the beauty. It will look different every time, and it's open to your interpretation, so you can change it around and make it be whatever you want it to be. The next colour I'm going to choose is Island Indigo, and I'm going to use this smaller, brush stroke there. And again, I'm going to stamp that just randomly. And that's the beauty of these stamps, is that they're open to interpretation. So stamp them anywhere you like, even one on top of the other. It really doesn't matter. And just make a pattern that you find attractive for yourself, really. So just keep going. Sorry about the noise. I think someone's mowing the lawn outside our building. I live in an apartment, in an inner city apartment, so I'm quite close to the central business district of Sydney, and it's quite noisy here, so I apologise for any background noise you're hearing there. So that's with the Island Indigo. We'll let that go, and now I'm going to add Tempting Turquoise, and I'm going to use this splotchy image there, brush stroke image there. Just fill up all the spaces, really. And you can stamp on top of the other two if you want to. There's no right or wrong. Just leave a little bit of white space, and we can fill it up as needed further down the track, because I'm going to stamp some green on there too. So just do that there. Just break that up there. So that looks cool, right? I'll just do one there too, why not? Alright, now the next colour we're going to pick is the Wild Wasabi, and we've just got like some like a stripe, so we can use that right across here and there. Can make that really random looking. So that's Wild Wasabi. Right across, you can stamp over the top. It's very similar to the DSP that I'm inspired by in our Occasions catalogue. I think that looks really cool. Just a stripe of colour. Love that. Okay, so with regards to the Wild Wasabi, I'm going to leave that out, and I'm going to clean off one of my smaller stamps. So I'm just going to use my chamois for that. Just makes cleaning stamps really easy with the chamois. I love it. So I'll just grab my Wild Wasabi ink pad, and I'm just going to ink it up, stamp off, and do that. So there's gradients of colours as well, and shades. Stamp off, and just add interest. And fill up, like, you know, the bits of white space and what have you. So it's really, you know, kind of really artistic looking, and that's the look I'm going for. Very much like the DSP. I'll just add a bit more green here. There's not enough green there. And about there too. And I think that looks really cool. but I'm not sure about the stripes. So what I might do is I'm actually going to stamp over the top of those stripes and make them gold. So I'll clean off my stamps. So I'll just clean them all off in case I change my mind and want to add different kinds of accents there. So clean that off with my chamois. Oops. Oh, sorry about that. Just bumped my tripod there. And I'll just clean that off there. Too quick, too easy, and it's cleaned out perfectly actually. Love it. Alright. Now with regards to those stripes, what I'm going to do is I'm going to run my embossing buddy over the top of that entire piece. That came pretty quick actually, didn't it? Didn't take long at all. So I'm just going to rub my embossing buddy over the top of the entire piece of cardstock there. And I'm going to grab my Versamark ink pad, and I'm just going to ink up upside down actually, because this is a long stamp. Just heat embossed that with the stripes, but I'm thinking of adding actually just a slightly larger area of gold here and there as well, and I'm going to use this image here and just stamp it like the opposite way of where the others are stamped, just to give it a bit more oomph. I think it needs it for some reason, so I'll run over the embossing buddy again. But it looks great with the gold. I really love that look. See, it looks fabulous. So I'm going to do the same again with the Versamark. So I'm back now, and I have heat embossed the extra bits of gold that I've put there. I quite like this. I like the colour scheme. The stripes were a bit of a mistake, but it doesn't matter. I think when you put the box together, it will look a lot better. So what I will grab is my Simply Scored scoring tool. Oops. And on the 5.5 inch side, I'll just grab my cheat sheet. We're going to score on the 1 inch side. And I'm using the thin part of the stylus because I like that it's got a thinner score line. And then at 4 3/4 of an inch. So that's 4 1/4, 4 3/4 right there. Okay, so that's done. Then on the 11.5 inch side, we're going to score at, actually it's butted right up there, 1, 4 3/4, 5 3/4, 6 3, hang on, hang on, I think I've miscalculated, so it's 4 3/4, 5 3/4, then 9 1/2 inches. So I had to calculate that, sorry. 9 1/2 inches, and then at 10 1/2. Okay, got it. Finally got it. Alright, so we'll go through the measurements again. So on the 11 1/2 inch side, you score at 1, 4 3/4, 5 3/4, then you score at 9 1/2 and at 10 1/2. Okay, so that's all done with the scoring. So we'll just grab our bone folder, which I forgot to bring. Silly me. I've been forgetting something all the time, and I'm also going to bring out my 1-inch circle punch too, which I forgot to get out earlier. So let's get cracking on the scoring. So we do that. Okay, then we do this way and this way. Okay, so you can see it's almost coming together. Now I must apologise, my battery is running out, so I'm going to plug this into the power and we'll get back into doing this again, so just bear with me. So sorry about that. I must really apologise. And now when I've just plugged this in, and now I also have some dudes outside using leaf blower, so I'm very, very sorry. So what we will do now is we are going to start cutting into these score lines, as you can see here. So that's it at the back, but we'll use this side because it's just easier for us to see. So I'll start cutting into all of the score lines straight up, and we also miter these in. And here, I must really, really apologise for that noise. I'm so, so sorry. But you can't pick it, and then I don't know how long they're going to take, so please bear with me on this one. So we're going to cut off this one and leave that top one there, and we'll do the same for this. And leave where there's 2 inches there, so put that one back and just cut that right off. Okay, and we will also miter these ones in. Miter that in as well. And then we'll cut into these ones as well and miter them in. So I'm going for a masculine pizza box, and you can put anything small for the man in your life or for the teenager. We actually have a birthday party coming up, so this will easily fit in a gift card. So that's what I'm aiming for. So, okay, so that's all done. So what I'll do now is I'm going to apply some adhesive. So it's basically, oh, I've done it completely wrong. Oh, yeah, I've done it completely wrong. Jeez, I'm silly. Like that, I think, yeah. But you'll see it on the inside. So my mistake, my bad. Yeah, all right. So you're going to apply adhesive here and here. We'll just bring up the walls so it looks like that. Sorry about that, if you just saw that now. So that's one end here, so this will be the base, and then we plug that in, not plug it in, but stick it on there. Okay, so my mistake there. So I've made a big boo-boo here, so there you go, it doesn't matter, just ignore it. Leave these flaps alone. These ones here, we're just going to apply adhesive on those. So I'm just using Fast Fuse, and I love Fast Fuse because it's quite strong. Oops, yeah, sorry about that. And I'm sorry I was off camera before too. Ow. Now that's stuck to my finger, literally. Good grief, so I'll stick some underneath there too. All right, so we'll put up, that's our lid there. Oops. And we'll put that here as well. Oops. Leave these flaps open, and here I'm going to grab my 1-inch circle punch, and I'm just going to cut out a little thumb notch. So just around here, let's see. Yeah, make sure it's in the middle and punch. So I'm going through 2 layers of thick Whisper White cardstock, so it's pretty strong and hard to punch through. So now pop these in. This can go on the outside, or this can go directly in, and we've got ourselves a pizza box that closes in on itself. See that? So it just closes right in like that. How cool is that? I love it. Okay. So it closes in like this, or you can do it like this as well, over the top, whatever you want. Make sure it goes in there, yeah. Just, I think I did it a bit too tight there, the tight fit. So, just re-stick that down. I think I did it too close to the edge, so do it again. And in this case, I'll just go over the top. And I'll stick that down again, and that worked out great, and I'll do that same on the other side. Okay, I think that's much better now. Oops. Okay, so that's all done now. Beautiful. Okay, so now that the pizza box is done, I'll show you what it looks like. And there we go. Isn't that gorgeous? I just love this pizza box. Okay, so now that we've done all of that, I'm going to grab some Whisper White cardstock, and I'm going to grab that sneaker image, and I'm just going to stamp it on here with some Memento Tuxedo Black ink. And I'm sorry this is taking way longer than I expected, but we'll just go with the flow on this one, okay? So we will stamp that, and that looks absolutely fabulous. And we will grab our Big Shot with the, I'm going to use the magnetic platform today with a cutting plate. And I'm going to use my stitch shape framelit, and I'll get the one that's more close to that shape. So I think that's the second largest one. Yep. And it is. Okay, put that through. Actually, will it go through? Yeah. Actually, I'm going to do that again. So sorry about that. Take that off. I'll just stamp it a little more towards the middle. Yes, I have a bit of room. use that as a guide. And just use my Memento again. Okay. So I'll just stamp that right there. Okay, perfect. Now I'll get my big shot and we will cut this out properly. Okay, bring that up, pop that there. Got some ink on my fingers, so I've dirtied, I'm gonna wipe it off though with my chamois. And I'll just crank this through the big shot. Okay, so that's that. So that's how that looks. It looks fantastic with the stitch shape. We'll keep the big shot up there. I've got a piece of Island Indigo. And we're going to get a layering circle framelit. These are fantastic. I use these on practically everything whenever I get the chance. And I'm just going to see, that's a bit too big. Go down one. And I'll use this stitch shape framelit. It'll just give you a nice little border. Actually, I used that one that I saw before, so I'll just cut that out now. So it's the second largest circle die that we're using. Just cut that through. So now that's all done. Apologies for using, sorry for moving this. So now I've got these two like that. I think that looks fantastic. And when I put it on top, it'll just look like that. I think it looks great. So what I will do is I will colour this in my Island Indigo ink. So I'll just carefully colour that in. Just got to see where all the bits are. It's hard to differentiate, especially around the laces. So I'll just leave the laces there for a minute. Just colour all around that using nothing special, just plain colouring and keeping within the lines. That's all I'm doing. Just keeping in the lines. Just have a bit of patience there. So from what I gather, the in-between parts are there, 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 here. I hope I got that right. So that's one shoe done. Okay, and I'll do the next one. This is where it gets tricky, is in between those laces. So, looks like here, there, it's not easy. That's why I don't colour very often, but I do like it at times, and then other times I don't like it. And I do like it at the moment. I'm not saying I don't like it, but it is time consuming. It does take a little bit of time. And I like that these brush tips are quite easy to work with, really. They're pretty good. And I'll do that here. And there. And, oh yeah, I forgot this bit here. And then I'll just really colour that part, make it a little darker. So you can differentiate between the inside and the outside of the shoe. And there we go. Hope you like it. It's kind of rough looking, but that's okay because this is kind of rough looking as well. Like it's not exactly 100% like, you know, perfect. So what I'll do now is I'll grab my fast fuse and I'm just going to put some fast fuse on the back of that circle. And there. And I'll just aim it to go in the middle. And leave an equal kind of a border around. And so that circle's done. And I'm just going to pop it on here. Isn't that cool? And I'll just grab a couple of dimensionals. Sorry it's taken so long, but I hope you've enjoyed it. So I'm going to stick a gift card in here because my son's got a birthday coming up in a couple of weeks. Not my son's birthday, but a friend of his. And I think this will be a lovely way to add a gift card to it. So that's what I'm aiming for. So I'll take off all that backing and, oops. And now I'm just going to add these cool shoes on top of that. And that is my pizza box. So it looks like this and it closes on the inside, which is way cool. Super cool. Oops, that's sticking on the outside, but there we go. I hope you like this idea of making your own DSP, and I really think that these work of art stamp set should not be overlooked. It has been in our catalogue for a little while, but don't overlook it because it's a really, really cool set. And don't forget to grab this Epic Celebrations Sale-a-bration stamp set. It's fabulous for teenagers, as you can see, anyone that likes music or anyone that's really cool. So I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial. All these products can be bought through my online store at pepperlyrose.stampinup.net. And yeah, I hope this inspires you to make your own kind of DSP in any colour you like. So do take advantage of these stamps because they can make anything look wonderful. So there you go. Hope you like it. Take care and I'll see you again next time. Bye.